Before I get into this video, I made a second channel, so go subscribe. Whatever video that doesn't make it on here will most likely be there, so subscribe to my second channel, the link will be in my bio. So, in my past few videos I have made about Blackpink, I heavily criticized their poor performances they had during the beginning of their Born Pink World Tour. Their Day 1 performance at Seoul, all the way till their Day 2 performance at Dallas, has been filled of mistakes and mishaps. Like, talk about a horrible way to kick off a world tour. But ever since I made those videos, they have had a tremendous improvement in their most recent performances. Their Day 1 and 2 performance in Houston and Atlanta has been one of their best so far. During these performances there has not been any mistakes, and all the members have performed decently well on stage. I mean, I would hope after 4 days of making constant mistakes, they would finally buckle up and get things together, and they did. So yeah, if you have already bought a ticket to go see them on tour, you might as well go. They might give you the worst performance of their lives, filled with back-to-back mistakes and errors. Or they just might give you the best performance of their lives, because they are so inconsistent you truly never know what you're going to get. Anyways, in today's video, I am going to be discussing each of the members' individual performance during this tour, and what I have noticed so far about each member. Because in my previous videos, I kinda just talk about the members that mess up on stage, and disregard the others. So in this video we are going to talk about everybody. Starting off first, with Jennie. Now if you watch my previous videos I always say, Jennie's biggest problem is her inconsistency on stage. Because Jennie is a good performer when she wants to be, she has a lot of charisma and an amazing stage presence. If you watch her during this tour, when she gives her all, she really does give her all into her performances. And sometimes even ends up outperforming everybody on stage, including the backup dancers. I also noticed that during Type a Girl and Shut Down, Jennie seems to perform her best. Like, she really loves her little rap verse in Shut Down. Like, I just know she was so excited when Teddy wrote that verse for her. But anyways, like I mentioned before, Jennie has a lot of charisma. This is what gives her unique, outstanding stage presence. From her facial expressions to the way she executes choreography, it's no doubt Jennie is a spectacular performer, but only when she wants to be. And I think I figured out why she's so inconsistent. During their Dallas performance, when they were talking to their fans, Jennie says something along the lines that she was having so much fun on stage, and during their Dallas performance, though she made a few mistakes, she was very energetic and more lively than she was during their Seoul performance. And this was all because of the crowd. Although Jennie performs better when she just wants to, she also performs well when there's a super energetic crowd, which would explain her poor performance during their Jimmy Kimmel show and her iconic Coachella performance. This also explains why during this tour she repeatedly tells the audience to put down their phones and jump with them.
It would be really great if I could see everyone's face instead of their phones. We came all the way to Dallas to see you guys, and if you don't upload it, I'm sure somebody else will, and if not, there's our music video.
Since it's the last song, put your phone down and jump with us.
Or maybe she was telling the audience to put down their phones, so nobody would be able to capture her mistakes on camera. Considering the fact when she fell during their Dallas performance, she told her fans not to post the video. Either way, she gives her best performances when the audience is hyped and energetic. Which is honestly a horrible thing to do, because your audience should never dictate your performance as an artist. And this is what makes her a horrible performer. For example, Jennie will have 10 performances in a year, and out of those 10, she will only give you 3 good performances, and purposely mess up the rest. Then when she gets backlash for her poor performance, her fans try to defend her by using her few good performances, which just makes her look more worst. Because it just proves that she can perform well, she just willingly chooses to give you guys a terrible performance. During this tour, Lisa is the only member that has been consistently giving us good performances. Every time she hits the stage, she makes sure to remember and execute the choreography perfectly. And she performs with so much charisma, which gives her an excellent stage presence, which is why she is a phenomenal performer. I feel like Lisa is really the only member that actively practices, particularly when it comes to dancing. Like, outside of their group activities, I feel like she just genuinely loves giving a performance, and this is very evident with all the dance covers she has done. This is why when they perform as a group, you can obviously tell that she is the best performer. While the other members are struggling and messing up, she is perfectly executing the choreography and giving us a fulfilling performance. She also does this thing, where she slightly changes the choreography during each of their concerts, and it's so satisfying to watch. Lisa is an amazing dancer, she has a lot of charisma and stage presence, and to top it all off she is consistent. Lisa doesn't let anything affect her performance on stage, she's quite the perfectionist. This is why among her other members she's the best performer. Now, let's talk about Rosé. Now Rosé's biggest problem is that she lacks a lot of charisma on stage while performing. If any of y'all have seen Lily's fan cam, where she is literally just staring dead into your soul while performing, that is kinda how Rosé performs. She lacks so much charisma, which makes her look so lifeless and bored on stage. This is why her performances are so boring to watch, like at least with Jennie and Lisa they have so much charisma, which makes them look like they are having the time of their lives on stage. This is why having charisma as a performer is very important, because it can literally make or break your performance. Because you can get on stage and sing well, execute the choreography perfectly, but if you lack charisma, you will basically look like a lifeless programmed robot on stage, and that is what Rosé looks like. Rosé already has the vocals, and she can execute choreography perfectly. All she just needs is to be a little more charismatic. Now finally, let's talk about Jisoo. Jisoo lacks a lot, in almost every department. She is kinda like the Selena Gomez of K-pop. She is not the best singer, most definitely not the best dancer. She's somewhat of a decent actress. But musically wise, she's really not exceptionally good at anything. Although Jisoo is one of the main singers in Blackpink, she isn't an amazing vocalist. Her voice is sometimes unbearable to listen to, because it's so nasally, and anytime she sings live and tries to hit a high note, her voice just sounds so strained. And well, when it comes to her dancing, although she has improved, she's still not the best. While watching their group performance, she's just so forgettable, like nothing about her really stands out. I remember watching Blackpink's documentary and Jisoo saying she originally never wanted to be a K-pop idol. She actually auditioned to become an actress, and it really does show. I don't think Jisoo really has any passion for music or even performing. And I mean, I don't blame her, because she never really wanted to be a K-pop idol, she just happened to become one. That was never her goal, which is why instead of having a solo debut like her other members, she just went straight into acting. And you can just tell she's way more passionate about acting than music. And I think this is why she lacks so much. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that Jisoo is a terrible artist. She is a decent vocalist and performer, thanks to all of those years she trained to become a K-pop idol. But anybody with enough training can perform the same, if not better, than Jisoo. That's why I say she's not exceptionally talented as an artist. Because when you are talented or extremely skilled at something, not everybody can easily do what you do. Kinda like Lisa, no matter how much training you do, you will probably never be able to perform or dance as well as she does. All this is the reason why Jisoo is really not the best performer. So, if I had to rate Blackpink as performers, from what I have observed about each member, Lisa of course would be in first place, due to her consistency, and she's just overall a good performer. Now as for Jennie, although she is charismatic, and can execute and give a good performance when she wants to, all that is basically useless, due to her lack of consistency. So she is getting put in second place. Rosé gets third place, because of her lack of charisma, she performs like a pre-programmed robot. And coming in last place we have Jisoo.